Guys, we're back from the video. Today we are on One Shot MC once again with another cannon here. Now this cannon is an extremely compact cannon. This cannon is an auto. It is a 255 one chunk auto one shot. The barrel is adjustable in terms of Y level, so you know it's pretty cool and everything. But yeah, so I'm going to release this cannon. But will be releasing it. Sorry. At about 75 to 80 likes. Main reason for the high amount of likes is this cannon took me an absolute, just took very, very long to make. I had to think of how I could make everything nice, and yeah, be a lot of instructions and stuff, not instructions, but breakdowns of parts of the cannon and everything like that. So if you guys want to know how to make one of your own one chunk autos, stay tuned, and you'll learn a bit about how to make these cannons. So yeah, make sure you get 75 to 80 likes, and I will release this cannon. So yeah, let's get right into it. I do have my alt loading it right here. It should be auto on right now. Okay, I'm gonna go to the top cannon. You guys can see it. Here's the top part. Boom, boom. I'll explain why there's two levels and whatnot. I know make way to call it, you know, A's or whatever. I don't care. The wiring is, of course, messy. It has to be messy because it's a compact cannon. So I don't know how you make it real neat. It's not very easy. But yeah. But we're going to obviously start to fire it. Buttons down here. It's on auto. Perfect. Okay, now home. Sand. Got my alt there loading it, which is perfect. Okay. See? Boom. There you go. It works. It's just going to keep on going. It's about 7 to 8 seconds, I think, somewhere around there. 7 to 8. It's decently fast for a one chunk auto. If you guys can't tell by now, TBS is starting to drop here a bit. So yeah, this can definitely does like a certain. So I'm gonna stop it when it gets down to pretty low, like 18. But you guys can see here, the TBS does affect the speed, obviously. It changes it a bit. But that's fine. That's fine, obviously. So yeah, let's let it keep going here for a little bit. So yeah, as you guys can see, it is fully auto. I'm not doing anything to it. Got the auto. Everything's going up. Okay, now we're starting to have some problems. Okay, let's stop again now, shall we? Okay, perfect. I'd like the sand. Okay, so yeah, obviously it lags the server, which kind of sucks, but life happens. So yeah, this with the sand comp, it can go through about 50 to 60 walls for it to reload the sand. Obviously, of course, it is 4 high. The actual sand here, or the pistons, is 4 high. That's why it takes it up so fast. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. But I'm going to adjust the barrel a little bit here, so you guys can actually see that it is indeed adjustable. I'll adjust it right here, just like that. That looks just about good. And now home B, stuff auto, yes, okay. Now home sand. Oh, okay. You will see it will fire. Actually, it might hit this block right here. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I had it to the point where it's gonna clip. Good job, Pint. Let's refire that again, shall we? I fired it at a block where it clip. Okay, good job. Okay, it should hit this one now. Should be all good. Yeah, there you go. So you guys can see it can be adjusted. As you saw there, I adjusted the Y level. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now, I'm going to be breaking down everything, what I did consistently to make it work and make it nice and neat and everything. And yeah, so this video might be a bit longer, but obviously, bear with me. It's going to happen. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? First things first, we're going to go to the sand comp here. The sand comp, it's interesting, as you guys can see here. It's a bit different than normal. I had to wire everything differently. I had to do a lot of things differently than normal auto. And you guys can see here the pistons are 4 high. The sand comp is 10 long, so it does take up a lot of space. You can see here 10 long. We have that there. This goes over here. It goes over here. And then goes up. The one thing I kind of struggled with is the amount of power I needed to actually get the sand up there, because I did not know exactly how much I needed. So that was kind of a big factor in the whole struggle thing. But yeah, so what we're going to be having here is obviously the button, okay, right here. Start goes, sand comp goes right here. The sand is like 32 high, so it is tall, so it takes a long time for it to fall. So obviously it goes a bit earlier. You guys can see here what happens is this will turn off. This redstone will turn off because you have that on, and then this will push. And you have that there to trigger the next one. You know, you can see it goes up, goes up, goes up. You guys can get the point. I actually was a bit extra on space, which I was kind of surprised because I didn't think I would be. But yeah. So then the redstone keeps going to right here. This is the line where it goes up to the next cannons. I just barely got away with this. Okay, look at this. Just barely got away with it. Had tiny amount of space. You guys can see it keeps going up. I'll reach that in a second. So then the timing for the actual one pulse is up right here. That goes right there. And then we follow the line, keeps going right here. This is the power that actually gets the TNT up there. And then we have the rest of the things right here, which I'm going to go into the barrel to show you guys. So let me get in there real quick. Okay. So right here is where I'm impressed with my own work here, because this was absolutely insane, guys. Like, you don't even understand. So we have this TNT here. This TNT compresses this TNT, so you guys can see this is 3 long. It compresses this TNT to over here, and it compresses all this TNT to over here. So once this explodes, that compresses, and then all this TNT gets compressed all the way to right here. Obviously, it gets shot over here, and then the sand gets shot right here. Then this explodes, making it to go over here, and then the TNT to shoot it up goes off. And since it's all realigned, it has no problems with it fitting right through this hole. If it was not realigned, it would not be able to make it through this because it's not fully enclosed from the actual start of it. So yeah, that's a little bit of knowledge there. So yeah, I just had this be the main compression. This boosts it all the way over there. This boosts all that to compress. I'm gonna go outside. You guys can see the wiring. So you guys can see I fit all this right here too. Goes up, goes back around. Triggers that. This has its own line of redstone. Boom. And then right here, all we have is just simple. Goes to here. Slabs, slabs, slabs. That goes that. Then take a pulse off of it. Boom. There you go. So yeah. But I'm gonna share a little trick here if you want to do these one chunks. You want to find a place where you can have everything pulse off. You want to find a starting spot. So my starting spot was right here. You can see every single side. If you go that side, this side, that side, whatever side, it all is being distributed in some way. So this one rest, if I get rid of that, this sand comp will not work. It literally will not work. Okay. So you want to find one central point that you can connect everything to. So it makes your life a lot easier, and if you really wanted to, you could have it so then, it's a lot better example on the hammer. Go to one thing, and then off that one power, it goes to the next one, and off to that next one, it goes to the next one, kind of like that. So you might not have just random lines of redstone everywhere, but yeah. So I'm going to follow this up here. I'm actually just going to go home sand, and then fall down a bit here. This is the hammer. This is quite interesting because I didn't have enough space in the original, so right here this is not enough hammer. I actually had to add this onto it, which is another add-on. It's part of the hammer. It gets compressed right there, gets shot in. I'm just gonna step by step on what's happening here. So we have the same concept right here. Compression TNT shoots it all the way over here, except this time then that will shoot it, slide it to over here, as also the actual hammer will be up here on top of the barrel, and then it gets fired up into the barrel with the sand right next to it right there. And then yeah, so you guys can see that. But yeah, compression TNT is compressed, that fires back over there. So yeah, let's get our little escape hole over here, which is over right here. Right here there's a lot going on. You guys can see the hammer, we have the booster to compress all this, and then this goes off, whatever, you know, get the point. So all the hammer ticks off. This is being branched off of that, and works perfectly actually, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, that goes there. This is a one-shot TNT, branches off, boom, Get another little thing there so I can get some more scatter. Decent amount more. It's pretty good for what it is right now. There's literally like no redstone on the bottom here. It's very, very cluttered right there. There's a lot going on over there. If I had GM3, I would love to show you guys, but it's not very easy. But if I had a GM3, it would be a bit easier. But I'll do my best to explain it. So yeah. So the point of where everything's coming off of, right here. Destroy this redstone, boom, nothing works. Nothing's gonna trigger off. This entire section, the hammer, will not work at all. So there you go, that's the central point. You guys can see, this goes straight to that. That's the first TNT that should be going off. And then everything branches off from here, goes down through there, I'll show you that. Goes right to here, this is the other booster TNT. So this is the one that compresses all this TNT. So those are pretty much instant. And then you actually have the tick of this after 7 ticks right there. And then this is actually part of a different branch that I'll show you guys in a second. So now here's the part where I say you power one thing, that thing, you take that power and it goes to the next thing. So I'll show you guys here. Goes through here, above, through there, and I'll show right here, through here, down, through that. Okay, through that little hole right here. Boom, everything else branches off of this. So you guys can see the next booster goes directly from that. Second boost, or pretty much last booster, goes directly off of that too. We have the hammers directly off of it, so that's where you see right here, like that. So it goes up, down, hammer timing. So it goes right here, through there, up there, back up to here, through here, back directly next to it, which is interesting. It's right next to it. As you can see, it doesn't touch any of the redstone. Right there, and then it goes straight up into here, and this obviously controls the one-shot TNT, like that. So that's kind of the chain reaction I was talking about. You need to do that for a one-shot. You can't have random redstone everywhere. You need to be directing it off of one thing, okay? Everything needs to come off of one thing, maybe two things, as you guys can see here. This just powers a lot of the boosters. And then this powers the actual hammer and then branches off other boosters and stuff like that. So you need to find one or two central points where you're going to branch everything off of. So yeah, it's pretty much the hammer. Obviously this is the same tick as that. I think it's around like 300 hammer right now, 310 hammer around there. Little slab, or little scatter, and yeah. Obviously, once the cannon gets released, if it does, you guys can look at this a bit better. Next cannon, you guys can see here, branches right through here, boom, boom, up, over, then right here. Again, central point, this booster right here, everything branches off from it, you know, it comes here, boom, branch off, branch off, branch off, everything just comes off of that one central point. So again, get rid of that, nothing's gonna work, okay? Actually, that will work, and that will work, that's it. But yeah. So, what is happening here is, obviously this gets ticked off, first boost that goes off and all of this, and then you have the main power. This is of course the main power right here. This is the second booster, so what's going to happen, it's going to go compressed to over here, and then that goes off and compresses back to over there. This realigns it to the correct side, so this can shoot in all directions, east, west, north, south, so that's pretty good. You have the slabus right there, which I always could add more slabus, by the way, I just don't have much on it. So yeah. Now this is where it's kind of cluttered and it's hard to see stuff, but I'll find a way. So right after that, it branches off from right here. That's the line. It branches right off to the actual timings. This was really hard for me actually because everything was on a separate tick. Like the one-shot stand was on a separate tick than the other things, and it just made my life so much harder. I don't know how that made it through. I put sitting there before, but yeah. So it made my life a lot harder than I thought it would actually be. But I mean, I managed. Obviously, it wasn't like extremely hard. So yeah. So you can see the timing through here, and it starts right there. We branch it up to make my life a bit easier. This I actually don't know what that's doing there. I guess we'll just get rid of that then. So, yeah. This blocks it off from that, and again, I don't need that there. So then it goes a bit more extra timing here. This then powers that to push it into the barrel here. Pushes that off. By the way, no leaking water. There's no leaking water in this cannon. I'll properly water it, and you guys will see that in the last clip of this. But yeah, it's easier to show it without water. So that branches off of there, and directly off of that timing, we have one more tick, and then the actual slab bus hammer or slab bus piston goes off and pushes that right there, right here. We have the one-shot sand right here, as you guys can see. Right here is the actual. It branches right off of that, which is actually quite interesting. I didn't think it was like that, or. Okay, I thought it was different than that, but I guess not. I guess it's not any different, because then how else we get power, really? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Okay. So, yeah, that blocks it, whatever. This right here controls the sand and hammer coming up. Obviously, because I don't want to shoot directly to the top of the barrel, because it will not get shot if it's all the way up here. That just does not work. So I stop it, and then I have a quick pulse on it. So it's open for the last second it gets fired. So when it gets fired, this opens up, allows it to get shot to the top of the barrel, and then obviously fires out. Again, central point, everything branches off of that central point. You got to remember that. If you don't, you're gonna have some problems making this. But yeah. So main point of this, if you guys want to create one of these, just really remember how I'm doing this with the sand cup. The sand cup was one of the hardest things to do. There's just so many things you have to do, and then just, yeah, makes life a bit harder. So you guys can see here, this compression, you got to remember this, because this will save you so many countless amount of times. It's really good for making stuff a lot more compact if you can do this. So I definitely recommend doing that. And yeah, so I'm going to fire one more time here. You guys can see it. Okay, home sand. Fire it one more time for you guys, because why not? Maybe you can see everything happening. Probably not. There you go. So yeah, that's pretty much most of the cannon. It's really, it was not fun to make. I mean, it was fun to make. I actually really enjoyed it, because I learned a lot about how to make stuff a bit more compact when it comes to this. And you guys definitely should try doing this too. You guys can take out of my little, things I explained to you guys. I definitely would. There's one main thing you guys have to remember. You're gonna have to block stuff, okay? I know most cannons you don't have to block off other redstone, but you guys can see here, I'm blocking all that redstone from actually touching it. You're gonna have to do that a couple times. I know I had to do it so many times, it's just not even funny. And then use that redstone line, and it's just, it all makes sense after a while. So you guys just gotta really remember that. I know it's not easy to make. This was not easy to make. This cannon took me, oh god, for its first shot to work and for it to auto and work, maybe 5-6 hours. It took an extremely long time to get the sand comp to work properly. It took maybe 3 hours. No, I'd say like 2 hours to 2.5 hours, somewhere around there. But then actually getting everything to work together took another hour. So it took this can take a long time. But you just gotta remember, the higher the stacker you are doing for one chunk, the higher you're gonna have to stack these pistons. You probably go up to a maximum of the 80 stacker for just one piston. That's the max you can do. Otherwise, you need to do maybe 2 high, 3 high, or 4 high. 4 high is 255s. So yeah, 255s and 10 long. I try to go for 10 long because I know it's just pretty easy. But yeah, so this cannon, it's a beast. Like I said, it can fit in one chunk. If you have one chunk claim in front of someone's base, this cannon, their base is rip, guys. You just gotta remember that. Their base is absolutely rip. Okay, if you get people constantly loading sand no matter what, you're right through every wall super fast. Like I said, 7 to 8 second cannon, super fast, super nice. And yeah, I recommend doing these type of cannons. Hope you guys learned something from this video on how to make your cannons a bit more compact when it comes to these autos and stuff like that. But yeah, Guys, I'm Raiderpint. This video was a longer video, but I certainly enjoyed doing it. I probably will make some more compact cans because I've gotten into the groove of how to do it and everything. I might make a little video like a 20 through 255 stacker autos. If you guys want that, I can obviously do it. Not that hard. One chunk autos. If you guys want to request any one chunk autos, like a 100 stacker or a 200 stacker, I will try my best to do it. Obviously, it's going to be time consuming. But yeah, I'm Raiderpint, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Goodbye.